Okay, another video today. This is Hell Is Us again, but this time I'm using the RTX 3090 Ti. And let me just go through the graphics first. This is 1440p. I'm gonna drop everything. I used Ultra with the 4090. Now with the 3090 Ti, I'm gonna use very high because that is what they actually said in there. Let me just go out. And I can't see anything on my screen. Okay, so this, they said here 3090 for 1440p 60 fps on very high. So with upscaling, because they say always used upscaling, and it's like 90% of the actual resolution. So it's not a more aggressive upscaling. It's like less aggressive than DLSS ultra quality, which is like 70% or like 80 something, like 79 80, and even far less aggressive than DLSS quality, which is 67%. So let's just go. I'm gonna apply the settings at very high on 1440p. Where is it? Like on top. So 1440p, very high settings. I'm gonna keep DLSS and frame generation off. So this is this is not DLSS. This is VSync. Okay, so this is this is HDR. So this DLSS and frame generation can work at this game with the 30 series. You don't need a 40 series. Yes, they said you need a. They say that you need a 40 series GPU from Nvidia, but you don't. All you need is a mod. If you have a 3060, if you have a 2080, if you have 2070 Super, all you need is a mod to mod it into any game that has DLSS frame generation, and it's gonna work. All right, that out of the way. As you can see, this is DLAA. This is frame generation off, and let's go and play. Okay, so the first thing that I see in this area that I'm in, that I saved in, this is 1440p very high, right? This is no DLSS upscaling. They said it's using upscaling always used, of course, 90%, and they said 60 fps 1440p very high, and this is more powerful than the RTX 3090 by like 5 to like 10% at most. But as you can see, it's not hitting 60 fps even in the lightest areas. Let me just go to that area that is very intensive. Let me just go back. Let me just sprint to it. I think it's gonna drop below the 20s, I think, or like at least at the 20s. It's gonna be at the 20s, and right now it's using 5 or like 6 gigabytes of VRAM. You see, it just dropped from like ultra settings. The VRAM drops dramatically. Like ultra settings was like 8.2 was the like the maximum that I saw. So get in and get out of that view. Let's just go this way. Oh, it did not drop to 20s, not like the 4090. Okay, this is good. It's like 39, which is above 30 fps, which is pretty much, you know, fine. As you can see, this is running less than 60 fps, of course, DLAA, but this GPU is actually stronger than the 3090, regular 3090, as I said before. So it should have hit 60 fps, but it's not hitting 60 fps. So what I'm gonna test is I'm gonna do their why can't I use TS? Oh yeah, because I'm using DLSS on DLAA. Let me just disable DLAA, right? Just go up and use their TSR and drop it to 90% and see if it's gonna hit, because they said that they are using 90% of the resolution. That's their upscale. This is TSR, which is basically the DLSS but for Unreal Engine games. It's like baked into the Unreal Engine, and as you can see, I am actually hitting 60 fps, while the picture quality does not really look that different. Now I'm like less than 60 fps, of course. It's not gonna be 60 fps all the time. The spec sheet only like it says 60 fps, but it's what they mean is it's gonna be around 60 fps. It's not gonna be spot on 60. Sometimes it's gonna be 60, sometimes it's gonna be more than 60, sometimes it's gonna be less than 60. And as you can see right now, it's like 70, but because I'm not looking at anything, like this is like an empty field of dead crops. And yeah, looking here like on the vegetation and the dead cow and all these trees, it drops to 60. And when I was like back there in the forest, it was 58, 59, which is pretty good, you know, not bad. So right now, let's go back to the settings and use DLSS. Where is it gonna be? DLSS I'm gonna try 4K as well, but I'm gonna use DLSS first. I saw that I can use frame generation from but I'm not gonna do it right now, so let's just use DLSS Quality. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart the game if I want to use frame generation. I was stupid to turn it off in the settings before I started the game, so I'm gonna use DLSS Quality for now, and then I'm gonna pause the video and restart the game. Well, this is stupid. I mean, who needs to restart the game for like DLSS frame generation? Most games they don't need it. They don't do that. Like Cyberpunk and this game are the only two games that I need to restart the game before I can actually use frame generation. And as you can see right now with DLSS Quality on 1440p, I didn't put that here. DLSS Quality on 1440p, it's actually hitting 90 FPS. The 1% lows are actually not that bad. I just reset them because whenever you go to the settings menu, it drops FPS. So the 1% lows are going to be affected. But I want to see the 1% loads of the actual game, not the pause menu included. And that's why I reset them every time I go out, like from the game to the pause menu and then back. I took this before with the 4090, but I think it didn't save. I think this game only has manual save. I don't think it automatically saves your progress. And I think it's just because this is a demo. This is not a full game by any means. It's like the game is not going to release until September. And as you can see, using 6 gigabytes of VRAM, not bad, 6.3, and giving me 100 and something FPS. It drops to 90s in intensive areas, but like mostly like right now, 100 FPS in non-intensive areas like these. And I think I'm gonna go back to the forest again to just try 4K because I want to see the difference between this GPU and 4090 actually. So yeah, let's just go back and use DLSS Performance all the way into the bottom. Bottom is DLSS presets, and as you can see, I didn't get a big uplift. I got like probably 10 FPS more with DLSS Performance. Most games they give more, some games they give less. But yeah, this is how the game is made. The DLSS implementation is like this. It doesn't the DLSS algorithm probably cannot give more performance. And this is the NPC that they were talking about before. Oh, heavy breathing, he's still alive. Or like somebody is inside this you see, the character models don't look that bad. The environment does look not realistic, you know. For Unreal Engine game, UE5 games tend to look better, you know. And the character model looks, you know, I don't know, like PS4 kind of graphics. Like even Uncharted 4 looks better than this, the character model. But the actual fucking vehicle looks like Cyberpunk. Looks too damn realistic. Like this is a game that it's contradicting itself. Oh, heavy breathing is right here. This is the guy that's injured. Can I unlock this? I don't think that I can unlock it. I don't have any relevant item. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go back to save the game. I'm gonna progress through the story after they use DLSS frame generation. So yeah. Okay, so I came back all the way back here because I didn't save that progress that I just did. Oh wow, that was very bad. You can see it like stutter, and you can see it also like in the frame time graph. It's stuttering with frame generation. I think it's the mod, but now it feels good. But it stuttered like hard. Oh no, it's still stuttering. Wow. This is not looking good. What is happening? The 1% lows are 4 FPS. This is not looking good, but as you can see, I think it was just shaders or something because it stopped stuttering. All right, so let's continue with the benchmark and let's use the key again. Go inside, and right now it's using 6.3 gigabytes of VRAM. Again, same as before, even with frame generation. As we noticed with this game, does not really increase any amount of VRAM when you use frame generation. It just like stays at whatever it is. For some reason, like that I can't know, because frame generated frames, they need VRAM. That's the rule that we all knew like from way before. They need VRAM, at least a gigabyte of VRAM. But this game does not even really look like it needs VRAM for frame generation. Okay, This is looking good. So now we're gonna jump into 4K. I'm gonna disable DLSS and frame generation. I'm gonna use DLAA. This area, I think it's not really that intensive, but I'm gonna go back to that intensive area as well, and then I'm judge it from there. I'm gonna use DLAA. Actually, let me just go use no DLAA. Just use TSR, right? Let's just use like the native resolution, whatever they have. So as you can see, frame generation is going to be turned off, DLSS is off. Now let's go back. 4K. Let's, is it gonna, okay, so it's working good right now. Let me just make that overlay a little bit bigger. As you can see, okay, this is fine, this is looking fine, and you can see that it's running very poorly. The 1% lows are in 1 FPS. Let me just reset them again. 27 FPS, 25. I thought this is not gonna be as intensive as it is, but it is. But it is intensive. It's dropping even further. 24 FPS. Holy shit. I can't even vault through there. The sprint mechanism for this game is fucking weird. And I have no idea where to go right now. Okay, let's just take this. I didn't take this before. I'm gonna read that later. Now I know where I'm at. Wow, 24 FPS. I think this is the most, oh, 22 FPS. I was gonna say this is the most intensive scene that we're gonna see, but no, 22 FPS at 4K. Very high. So, wow. Just wow. Not looking good. All right, let's try TSR. 10%, okay? Let's try 10% off of TSR. Okay, 90%, not 10%. Let's start 10% off, not 90% off. Okay, so 10% off of TSR. It's actually better, but not that far off from like 100%. I had 22 FPS, now 27. It looks smoother, like way smoother, but not it's not like the difference between 30 and 60. And as you can see, it's using 7.6 gigabytes of VRAM right now, and my CPU is basically doing nothing. My CPU is chilling. Let's go back. So I didn't do anything. Okay, so let's just go grab the camera, like right here. 19 FPS. We've hit 19 FPS in that intensive area. And yeah, we did it, boys. We got a game that doesn't look good to run at 19 FPS on the RTX 3090 Ti. And as I said before, like, let me just zoom on the character. Let me just move the mouse as well, because the zoom needs the mouse. Look at the character. Like, there's like a haloing, like a bad haloing around the character, even like when native resolution is involved. I thought that was DLSS in the previous video, but it's not DLSS. It's just how this game is programmed and designed. That's it. That is all. They need to fix this with the full game, but it's not really a big thing. It's a really minor thing that's not gonna break your immersion with the game. So let's put this back and actually use DLSS, because DLSS is the GOAT of upscaling. Well, FSR 4 right now is pretty good, but I have an Nvidia GPU. Why not use DLSS? All right, DLSS quality. And as you can see, it bumped me all the way from like 22, 23 to 47, which is close to double, but more than double. Okay, it's close to double, but more than double. Only dropping 30, I think 33% of the resolution. That's it. Like from 4K to 1440p, and then upscaling to 4K. And of course, as you can see, we don't have the same kind of performance as we had with 1440p native, because the calculation needs a little bit of performance. And anyway, we didn't really have like 60 FPS. We had like 52, 53 FPS without upscaling with native 1440p. 6.9 gigabytes of VRAM. It dropped from 7, which is pretty much, you know, it's fine, but not bad. It's not bad. That's what I want to say. It's not really bad. The VRAM situation for this game is pretty much like, every Unreal Engine 5 game that launched, it doesn't really use VRAM that much. And this game is only like 30 gigabytes, like the whole game. It's gonna be like 30 gigabytes. So it's not gonna be using too much VRAM. It's not gonna be using too much storage. It's not gonna be using too much RAM because, you know, RAM is like, it's using 4.4 or 4.5 gigabytes of RAM, which is not that important. Like 4 gigabytes of RAM, sure. Everybody has 8 or more. Okay, let's use DLSS Performance. And then I think I'm just gonna progress with this fucking story. Go back. And as you can see, DLSS Performance bumped me to 80 FPS from like 49, 48, dropping sometimes to 43 in intensive scenes. But with this aggressive upscaling right now, and it looks awesome. And as you can see, like, oh, I'm still zoomed in. Yeah. See that door doesn't even look like, even in movement, does not really look blurry or anything like that. This is awesome. It's just awesome. Let's talk to this poor sod.
You found me. Epsilon 12, right?
Yes. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Omsif. Epsilon 11.
Epsilon 11.
Okay.
Separated from my unit.
Oh shit.
Not sure
Okay.
how I got here. All I remember is hearing that door shutting behind me.
Oh, this is the APC. The machine is called the APC, the vehicle.
The sergeant has the key.
The sergeant.
Team.
Yeah.
The sergeant's easy to spot. He's the one with a dark red poncho. Look, we have a med kit in the camp we set up in the woods west of here. We marked the trees to make it easier to navigate.
Okay. This is all I need to know. Let's see if he has something that I can trade him with. Like a weapon or something. He has nothing. He's got nothing. Can I go inside? I don't think that I can go inside. Okay, I have to progress through the this maze of a forest. And before I do that, let's use DLSS Quality. Actually, let's keep it DLSS Performance because it's 4K and it's really fucking intensive on this GPU. Let's use DLSS Performance with frame generation and see how much FPS. Am I gonna get the same performance as DLSS Quality with frame generation? Sure shit yes. Sure as shit yes. The same kind of performance with 4090 when I'm using DLSS Quality with frame generation. But it is like more aggressive upscaling. So far away objects may not look as good, but close, you know, close-up objects, they don't look any different from native quality. This is how good DLSS and FSR are right now. They are pretty much fine. FSR is not too much like DLSS transformer model, but it's very close. It's better than what DLSS 3 was. And as you can see, with frame generation, it increased from 6.9 to 7.4, which is not that bad. It's still under 8 gigabytes of VRAM using like very high settings. If I drop it to high settings, it's gonna use even less, like probably 5.5 gigabytes of VRAM. And I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just like there's too many fork splits that I don't even know where I'm going. Right? It's just like I'm just letting it to fate to decide. This reminds me of Alan Wake in the forest, but Alan Wake is a more straightforward kind of game. It's not really split off like this. Okay, how do I go back to my main route? And instead of going there, I'm gonna go this way this time. Okay, there's something. So this is a dead end. Even if you block, even if you block heads, find the key, I bet you'll never find the treasure chest. I already find it. The blue paint is harder to see than the red. So the key is in a red. Okay, continue. All right, what's going on? Okay, I've been hitting continue for like 30 minutes right now. It didn't really respond. All right, let's use the okay, I'm done with 4K. Let's use 1080p, which is gonna be right here, and disable frame generation and DLSS. Go back to DLAA and go back to frame generation off. Go back to the game. Yes, that's what I want. And disable this shit and this shit from here. Let's put 1080p right there. Wow, that's too big. That's just that's what she said. That's what she said. Can I see my screen? Let's make it a little bit smaller. I still cannot see this. Okay, so it's like a delay. I can see the screen appear on OBS on my laptop before I can see it on my screen. That's just because it's some weird glitch with the capture card. But as you can see, 90 FPS, 6.2 gigabytes of VRAM. As you can see, dropping the resolution does not drop VRAM as much as it drop when you like go from like ultra to high or like ultra to very high. Like ultra was always above 8 gigabytes. Very high is like always above 6 gigabytes, but it's 2 gigabytes less than ultra. And high is just like 5 gigabytes 0.5, which is not that much less from very high, but I think the performance is gonna be better with just high settings instead of very high. Okay, can I take this? Is this the key? No, this is a med kit. Okay, what is this? A vial of some sort. Let me just disable this. A vial of strange substance. It's pee. That's what it is. It's like it's my piss. I'm not gonna read that right now, because this is a benchmarking video, not a reading session. I don't know what these means. Unknown language. Of course, no shit. It's unknown language. Oh, I could like press Alt. Oh, just to toggle that unknown language kind of thing up there. All right. I still have no idea where I'm going. I'm just like winging it right now. And let's use DLSS actually. While I'm winging it, let's use DLSS. Go back all the way down here. Go to DLSS Quality, because Ultra Quality does not really make that much of a sense from going from native resolution, because DLSS Quality actually looks sometimes better than native and sometimes as much. If you use like with native, if you use DLAA, it's gonna look as good as native. So yeah, and I am lost right now. I don't know where I'm should be going. This is the tent. Okay, let's just continue this way if I can find a way. Oh, this is the fallen trees with the twigs. Let's go this way then. Okay, as you can see, oh, this is another fallen tree. So where the fuck am I gonna find this sergeant? Where is he? So as you can see, before I cut myself off, it's using 6 gigabytes of VRAM, like flat, 50 megabytes above 6 gigabytes. But it's, I would call it flat 6 gigabytes, which is pretty good. I think this game can run on like 1660 Super or something. Or 1660 Ti that has 60 gigabytes, or even 1060. They say that the minimum GPU is like 1070. I don't know how, valid is that. I'm gonna try it as well on 1070. I don't really have a 1070. I'm gonna try it on 1660 Super. I don't have a 1070. So let's see how that runs actually, but let me finish this video first. Okay, let's go back, use DLSS Performance, because this game needs actual DLSS Performance with 1080p. Where's DLSS Performance? And yeah, no bottlenecking, the CPU is working fine, and 150 FPS, which is pretty much, it's good. But 1080p DLSS Performance, that means it's just 25% of the of 1080p, which is not good. Should I went this way before? No, this is blocked, and I can't jump. And there's a tank blocking the way over there. So yeah, this is like 540p, with that it doesn't really look good, but I just wanted to try it just for the sake of the video. Right now, I'm gonna disable upscaling. I'm gonna use frame generation alone. Let's use frame generation this way with the OBS, and go down, use frame generation alone and DLAA. Go back to the game, and as you can see, the FPS was still the same as I left it, 100 and above 150, and now it's 200. But it's just looking at rocks. I think in that intensive area it's gonna be like less, as you see, 150 FPS. So yeah, it's just because of rocks, and that's it. What is this? That's an axe. I keep observing these, but I don't know what they mean. What their relation to the storyline. And now the VRAM increased with frame generation, of course. It's 6.6 instead of 6 flat. What is this item? Let me just look at it first. It's a pendant. Heirloom necklace. Okay. It doesn't fit here, so I'm just gonna take it. Something else that fits in here. This is like a plus sign. It's not a circular sign. And I have nothing that symbols a plus sign. Okay. Only have dependent. Shit. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it here with this video. I tried every possible scenario with this game, even with TSR. So, yeah, I'm gonna try it on the 3060 Ti next, and then 2070 Super, and then the 5090. The big GPU is the last one is gonna be tested. But, yeah. Subscribe if you like this video, and like if you like this video, dislike if you dislike it. Let's discuss this game in the comments, and see you in the next video. Ciao.